All right, interesting things in the hospital, part 6. I'm seeing a lot more like alcohol withdrawal than I thought I would see. And apparently some of the pharmacists were talking about how it got like so much worse after COVID. I did not think I'd be seeing that much like phenobarbital, because in school we learned like, oh, lorazepam is first line for alcohol withdrawal. But like, I guess they're seeing some pretty bad withdrawal, so they're stepping into like barbiturate territory. I didn't even like think I would be seeing so much like IV thiamine, which is for both like preventative and treatment of Wernicke's encephalopathy. Thiamine is vitamin B1, by the way. Patients who struggle with alcohol use disorder are usually like deficient in like a lot of vitamins, but vitamin B1 is pretty. This is due to like poor nutritional intake and then impaired absorption and utilization, as well as possibly like enhanced excretion. It's kind of like a diuretic. Another interesting thing that like I didn't think about is that the practitioners in the hospital have certain like privileges. So you can like look up with the hospital, like each provider, and see like what surgeries that hospital approved for that provider to do. And then you can look up, of course, like what else can they do, like physical exam and prescribing and stuff like that. I guess the hospital has to approve certain surgeries that practitioner can do. Another interesting thing that I learned today actually is that preterm neonates less than 1 month old, need cysteine added to their TPNs, or total parenteral nutrition. Apparently they don't synthesize it due to an immature enzyme. Cysteine is basically a non-essential amino acid, meaning that you can synthesize it on your own from like other sources. To be specific, we can call it a conditionally essential amino acid, meaning under certain conditions it becomes essential. Essential you need to get through food, like methionine, right up here. Enzyme that's immature in preterm neonates is this enzyme right here, cystathionase. Basically converts methionine into cysteine. Cysteine also acidifies the TPN a little bit, so it actually helps with solubility of calcium and phosphate. If you do a lot of TPNs, you know that's very important. It's one of the things that we check as pharmacists. We make sure that there's no risk of precipitation with calcium phosphate. Calcium phosphate precipitates are primarily responsible for deaths related to chemical instability. They form a solid particle and can embolize embolisms. Remember, TPNs are in the blood. You don't want little salt rocks getting clogged up inside you. There are a lot of factors that play into this, but a lower pH or more acidic pH increases the risk. Blurry little picture, but we have potassium on the x-axis and calcium on the y-axis, depending on the concentrations. Let's say our TPN is right here. Good, it's underneath this. Up over here is the incompatibility zone.